on you? Well, no. As long as it sounds Eastern European-ish, then I guess Chris will fall for it. At the time, Chris did fall for it. Now, Max was somebody who trolled, Chris just for how he looked, everything, just being a total dick about it. And Julie was basically Max, but except she sounded like this? Yeah, that's how easy it was to troll Christine at the time. You could easily change your voice to this, and she would fall for it. She'd be like, oh my god, we went from this sounding like, wow, he's some really hot Indian lookalike if I was to troll Christine in this case. Now, what really takes me to the crux of this argument that I'm going to discuss, as I was rewatching Gino Samuel's documentary, there's a certain episode in it that's actually really, really hard to watch. And it's where Julie, this blue spike, actually destroys Chris's mind. We're talking about some Chris Angel mindfuck level shit. Now, this is what exactly happens, all right, just to put into context. Now, you have about a 3 to 6 month long trolling off that takes place, right? So, the thing that happened here was Julie, all right, the troll that Max was basically turning into, the woman blue spike, effectively ran a online relationship. I think that having fun and poking a laugh here and there is fine and it's dandy and cool, haha, we have it. But having a 3 to 6 month long actual relationship, we're feigning love, can kind of really destroy a person. It doesn't even matter if you're like Christian Weston Chandler at the time. It could be anybody. Given the fact that you're putting yourself into the situation, anyone can be really devastated by it. So yeah, let's go down into it. 3 to 6 months into this trolling operation, right? We're talking about this dude spending his Friday nights, fingering his little fake boy pussy to having internet Skype bang sessions with Christian Weston Chandler at the time. Now, I want to remind the audience real quick, who is really being trolled? Who is actually being trolled in this situation? Was it Chris at the time, who thought he was chatting it up with some hot Eastern European local in his area? Or was it the guy who was trolling a high-functioning autistic dude over the internet while spending their Friday nights fingering themselves, fake by the way, fake, to this person? I just want to remind the audience, in my opinion, trolling would, that's not even trolling, that's just wasting your time. But that wasn't really it. We're talking about a 3 to 6 month long, or give or take a little bit more, a little less, of a trolling operation that takes place. So as they're fingering each other, they develop what we call a love. They develop feelings, whatever you could call each other, even though they were heavily one-sided. Now, at the end of this, okay, there's this final call, all right? This final, almost impossible to hear call where Julie reveals herself to be Max or Blue Spike the Troll. And this destroys Chris's mind. You're like, whoa, what? What's going on? How could this have happened to me?
Okay. This whole time, Chris, you've been having sex for a 13-year-old boy, you sick fuck!
You lose.
What? Yeah, you're a 13-year-old boy, Chris, and you've been having sex with me the entire time. I'm gonna give all your fucking data to Chris, you fucking pedo pork, so you better get the fuck out now. Before you fucking feds.
The context of it is, Chris's, he has an account, I know, it's sad, his accounts he had hijacked, and effectively what happens is either he gets pussy, or he gets his PlayStation Network account back. Now, of course, this is a very dangerous predicament. This is like some Narcos season 6 level shit. Do we go after A or do we go after B? Obviously, the stakes are very high. Chris decides, take the PlayStation account. I want pussy instead. Ooh, he didn't get no pussy. That's for goddamn sure. Throughout this call, Chris was effectively online tortured and had a medallion he wore torn in half, stuck up his butt cheeks. Watch the Gino Samuel video if you can stomach it to get the full context there. But the whole situation of it was the trolling attempt was one of the most disgusting trolling attempts that I've probably ever witnessed. And it's one of those things that puts you off being a Christorian, I guess you could say. It puts you off away from the situation. Because, there are good trolls in this entire story. One of them was Alex, who made Asperchew, which was the version of Sonichu that had Asperger's. This triggered, in Chris's mind at the time, the great autist versus Asperger's gang war. All right. Yeah, so you can't really say that with a straight face.
I'm gonna turn
I tried,
you the
but
colored
yeah,
rain.
that effectively, he was a good troll, let me put it out there. This was a troll that actually tried to help Christine out with her life advice. Giving them sound advice, what they can do to at least make Sonichu somewhat a normal Sonichu, if you don't know, is the greatest Sonic OC of all time. But, you know, eventually it really comes down to every party involved. Christine wasn't able to take the criticism at the time, and that was the end of that. But there were trolls that I think genuinely cared and gave a shit and tried to help the life out of Christine. For me, I always like looking at somebody's life like this that is so documented online. We're talking about a person that redid their parents' marriage, or the way that they eventually fucked for the first time in Animal Crossing, alright? You don't believe me? Alright, motherfucker, there's a whole Animal Crossing documentary you can watch online and come across all of this. But that being said though, ladies and gentlemen, it's just one of those many stories that I hold very near and dear to my heart. And except in this case, while I would say that 80% of the story, of Chris's story, is actually fascinating to understand and fascinating to get behind. The amount of time this person has fallen for like pussy that has come his way, or fallen for obvious trolling attempts, whether it be Reggie Fils-Aimé, a fake version from Nintendo, telling him that, yeah, don't worry, we're approving Sonichu, whether it be anything of the sort, whether it be all of the BS trolling, all of this stuff is almost so incomprehensible to believe. But I think the most reprehensible part is some of this trolling that I can never really back and understand in my mind. So again, I pose the question to the audience, you know, you right now. What do you think about, you know, this specific trolling attempt? Who do you think actually got trolled? Was it Chris in the time? He thought he was, again, might I remind you, chatting it up with a hot Eastern European local in his area. We've all done that at one point, haven't we? And haven't we, right? But then, who do you think is really the troll? Is it him? Or is it the person who's having fake finger sessions for 3 to 6 months with some dude over the internet for the sole reason of eventually letting him stick his own medallion up his butt? Well, let me know in the comments section below, because that's one of the biggest questions that I've had watching this. And honestly, if you want to be a historian like me, I mean, I know the answer is obviously no. And if you're a sane fucking human being, the answer should be no. But if you are, then there's an entire documentary by Dino Sandler that I highly recommend you check out. It's probably going to be like a historic moment of YouTube in my mind. That being said, I'm just some rando Indian guy on the internet that enjoys this shit anyways. But let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. This is me, Mutahar, and hey, if you want a whole if you want a whole Sonichu lookover with Muta, let me know in the comment section below. This is me, Mutahar, and I am out.
The enemy intelligence has returned to their base.
Spy here! Incoming! permit